If you look around and you see that people are stuck in region beta, this zone of comfortable complacency, right? It's the guy that sticks in his just okay job because his boss isn't too much of a dick, but the pay isn't that good and he's not really that passionate, but it's all right, whatever. The person that stays in the acceptable relationship, they're not that fired up, but they're not really in love and their partner's not really got much alignment with their interests. Or the person that stays in a crappy apartment and there's a bit of mold in the ceiling, but it's cheap and it's in a good area of town or whatever. All of these people would be better off if their situations were worse, because it would give them the activation energy to kick them out of the bottom, and their only regret would be not doing it sooner.
I took myself to a different place mentally, and a lot of it came from mental practice and meditation and visualization and just seeking knowledge from people who are strong believers, guys like Les Brown and Tony Robbins and guys like that. I just became really obsessed with just learning about the power of the mind. So I used to meditate. Now I just I have a lot of things that stuck with me, a lot of ways of believing that stuck with me that just subconsciously I know who I am, what I'm capable of, and how I believe, and how powerful my mind actually is.
Well, I just tried to, they made me work on the offense as well as on the defensive end, and it's always great to go against some challenges like that and just see how you stack up against some of the best two guards in the league. And I think when our team winning, has really put some pressure on them because they hadn't really had the help that I've had on the offensive end as well as the defensive end. So I'm happy with the way I played against both of those guys. I mean, that's just one game, and I'm pretty sure they was as excited as I was to compete against.
3 years of playing some solid basketball. Scottie Pippen and I have played basketball for almost 12 straight months, and now it took its toll on us. But we had so much desire and determination to get to this point that we were not going to give up. At least if we were going to go down, we were going to go down fighting with every energy that we had. We're going to put on the basketball court.
You got to have faith to believe, faith in yourself, faith in the process, faith in the plan, faith in the products. With what we've heard now about products these last few days, and especially today, you can have faith that Herbalife's going to continue to have the best products available that science can possibly produce. Here's what's next. Learn to make wise decisions. Wise decisions about yourself, your organization, your family, your future. Develop all the skills necessary to make your fortune.
Charge here. Next thing is separate what you do from who you are. That's what the guilt trap is about. See, a lot of folk won't let you forget what you used to do or what you have done, what mistakes you've made. All of us have made some mistakes in life. All of us have done some things that if we had them to do over again, we wouldn't do it again. There are a lot of things that if I had it to do over again, if I knew then what I know now, I would have done it differently. Well, it didn't happen that way.
There's a lot of you out there who want to be much more than average, but just don't know how to do it every single day, the grind. You need to find someone to oil those fucking gears up. So check it out. This is a mindset. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But there's a motherfucker out there who wants what you have, who wants the position you are, who wants the job you have, who wants the wife that you have, or the husband. There's someone out there hungry and wants everything you fucking have. Maybe it's true, maybe it's not. But if it is, it's gonna be your ass. So make that a motivation for you. Stay hard.
We all collectively, as a species, need to emphasize and learn how to be nicer to each other. Nobody teaches you that. It's rare. They teach it to you in school, be nice. When you go to offices, there's certain standards of behavior that you're supposed to behave in, but there's not like an emphasis on kindness and just being friendly. And I think that doesn't diminish competition. Right. Like, you could be friendly and kind to people that you're competing with as hard as you can. And that is also a thing that you find in jiu-jitsu. Guys who are just trying to kill each other all the time are like really close friends. Yeah. Really close. And, very competitive. Like, motherfucker, I'm getting you tonight. No, bitch, you're not. Right. Like that kind of shit. But friendly.
In the course of my career, I've just gotten better with every facet of my game. I've always wanted to be a triple threat, to be able to rebound, assist, and be able to score as well. You got to be able to adjust. And if you cannot have a growth mindset on how you can find ways to get better with the time, then you'll get left behind. There's nothing worth having that's easy. When you settle for mediocrity, then what are you fighting for at the end of the day?
This is an obsession. Nothing can beat hard work. There are no restrictions. There are no limits. There's no one telling me, there's no one trying to get something from me or trying to make me do this or make me do that or send me here or send me there or stop me from going full. I'm free. I go in and do as I please. This is my time now.
Sell the script, and it does very, very well. I'm going to jump off a building, and if I'm not in it, there's no doubt about it, I'm going to leap in front of a train. I'm going to be very, very upset.
So I would have been a broken, embittered man for the rest of my life. So I realized we have in our entire futures about 3 or 4 serious crossroads, and that was my first one. That's where a real serious crossroad, where this is life-altering. And it's not about money. I know I will be destroyed, and I will destroy everyone around me. I'll be such a miserable human being for selling out.
People love putting a label on me about, my God, man, you're just wired different. Not wired different, dude. I'm thinking right now, after I got past my stuttering thing, now I'm on a roll, I'm good now. You know what I'm thinking about right now? I gotta wake up tomorrow and do the same shit again. I gotta leave this interview and go stretch out for 2.5 hours. I hate that shit. But guess what it does though? I'm constantly callousing over my victim's mentality that I once had growing up. Every day you have to do this shit. The only way to keep from getting rusty is to constantly owe that motherfucking machine. The machine is this. You gotta keep challenging it every day.
Every kid, every person has the ability to put one foot in front of the other. So like if you're saying, okay, I'm gonna climb Mount Everest, you're at the bottom of the mountain and you look up and you're going, I'm not gonna climb Mount Everest, right? But if you break it down into sections and you just one foot in front of the other, one step at a time, next thing you know, you're at the top of the mountain. It's just a matter of what's important to you. And what's important to you. For whatever reason, I didn't feel good about myself if I wasn't doing everything I could to be the best version of myself. If I felt like I left anything on the table, it would eat away at me. I wouldn't be able to look myself in the mirror.
How do I do it? How am I able to do what I do on a daily basis? You know, how do I fight the demons? Because they hear me speak and I'm very raw and real. How do you fight my insecurities, all these things? And they're there every day. They're there every day. I'm in search for a feeling. I'm not in search for a trophy. I'm not in search for love. I'm not in search for more followers on Instagram or social media. When I started this journey years ago, and I realized that I'm going to be somebody, and I'm searching for a feeling of true victory for myself, and only myself. The second I shut out the whole world and realized that one thing, that I am in this world alone.
Well, the Mamba mentality simply means trying to be the best version of yourself. That's what the mentality means. It means every day, you're trying to become better. And it's a constant quest. It's an infinite quest. So starting at the age of 2, when I first started playing the game, and on and on and on, I always ask questions. I always try to get better every single day, learn more. A lot of things I learned by just being around the game.
To be lucky to understand it and be conscious of it before I die. I look at everything. I look at women, I look at people, everything, they were teachers. Those guys were our teachers. And that's what this big world is, a school. It's where we live in one big school. And all of our encounters are classes. Imagine how many classes we endured in this life. We're all gonna make mistakes in life, but when we make those mistakes, we will allow those mistakes to become blueprints to a bigger part of our success in our life and in civilization.
Success is born out of a series of setbacks, wrong turns, and failures. So when you avoid taking action because you are afraid of failure, you actually hurt your chances for success. There is a beautiful Japanese saying that goes, if you feel like you are losing everything, remember this: